Okay, I'm just gonna message some of the guys. I've just got the best idea. Okay, Matt, Joe, Neo, dear, I request the honor of your company at a time agreeable to all in order to discuss a monumental, potentially enjoyable scheme. It may or may not involve VeVe. I just think this is a wonderful idea. We need to get the guys on so you can actually see what it's about, but it's very ambitious. I think it's probably the best idea I've ever had, and I have no good ideas. You're just gonna have to find out, aren't you? So be patient.
I'm good. I have to whisper because my wife's trying to put our infant down in the next room.
Did Joe just leave?
He did.
Nope.
He's had enough.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
This is already funny.
I get it.
This is the best Saturday I've had in a really long time. And I'm actually not joking.
Thank you so much for coming. It's so important that we're doing this, I have to say. I kind of feel like I should give a little bit of an introduction, but yeah, maybe the introduction is this. I've way overcapitalized on VeVe collectibles, and I need a way out.
You're broke.
I'm broke. Anyway, and I blame Matt because Matt, you introduced me to ecomi, parent company of this bloody VeVe app, so it's all your fault. But so basically, I thought, well, I need a little bit of help. So I thought this is actually like a really good mix of guys because you're like in various stages of your VeVe/Omi like obsession. Joe, you're the newest to this whole thing. So
I'm right at the start.
Should we introduce Joe to what VeVe is, and then I'll tell you what my little scheme is? Matt, you bought tokens in this company, ecomi, at the start of this year.
I think it was like late Feb. I saw an interview with one of the founders, and it just clicked because the thing that, like, I love crypto, but we're years and years off any kind of mainstream adoption because there's no on-ramp for non-crypto people all of the time. And this was the first time that, I think back at this point, they had like 30,000 users or something. The first time I saw and heard about something that I thought, oh, this could be like a mainstream adopted product.
These are like what ecomi does is that parent company has produced an app called VeVe, which has licenses with these major brands like Marvel, DC Comics, Universal, Givenchy, like they're huge names. And I'm not into any of them. Like I'm firstly not a comic book or sci-fi guy in the slightest. I'm extremely cynical. I'm also not a crypto guy at all and extremely cynical about it. But God damn it, Matt, you got me onto this this ecomi thing, and I've been hooked. I've literally been hooked. So anyway, so that's the collectibles.
You're
are
more
on this
hooked than
VeVe app.
me.
I
reckon.
am.
Like
And
you've bought more collectibles than me. I've got a few, but like I mainly just keep stacking up on the token.
and the token is what operates in the background. It's like what is involved in sort of exchanging these collectibles is this OMI token. So VeVe have kind of taken major brands that are well known to the masses and made it accessible because you can pay with your credit card via like Apple Pay or Google Pay or whatever. And Neo, you are the one who has experienced this in the last month?
Yep.
You're new to the app?
Yep.
And you're a collectibles boy.
I think that's to Matt's point. I'm definitely not a crypto person, but I enjoy the concept of collecting. And that's, I guess, that point of touching my childhood nostalgia. Comic books, basketball cards, stamps, even sneakers. There's that sort of appeal of, I have childhood memories associated with that particular brand, whether it be a Back to the Future hoverboard or a Ghostbuster car.
And you've been waking up at 2. You've been waking up at 2 a.m. to get these drops as well.
Trying to
join the club. Hey, so you're probably wondering when I'm going to cut to the chase. So let's cut to the chase. I'd like to introduce you to the thing. This little guy was dropped on the 28th of August 2021. He was part of a blind box, which was Series 2 of the Marvel Mighties collectibles. And he cost $13. And he resembles a piece of corn. And he's shit. It's by far the cheapest thing that you can get on the VeVe app. He's actually decreased in value. He's now $12 US. Okay.
What happens when you press play though?
Here he is. I mean, he's a cute little guy, but no one really wants him.
Not for $12.
Not for $12. Okay.
So, Joe, do you know how much people pay for some of these digital statues?
All right. Can I
ridiculous?
Just a moment on that very note. Okay, Matt, you've nailed it, because I'd like to introduce you to Donny. This is Donny. Donny is from Series 2 of the Powerpuff Girls on VeVe. Okay, and Donny dropped on the 8th of January 2021. Donny is a cartoon unicorn with blonde hair. The blonde hair is over his little horn, so you can't see it. And Donny does absolutely nothing. Donny is now listed for $99,999 US, and is by far the most expensive thing in the VeVe marketplace.
Wow.
There's only 150 of him, so that's why people are going so bonkers. Here's the pitch, okay? Here it is. With your help, I would like to turn this thing into this Donny. I propose a trade up, ladies and gentlemen.
Awesome.
So we buy a thing, and we find a way to trade it up until we get an MFing Donny. Who's in? Raise your virtual hand if you're in.
I'm in before the
thumbs
flop. Do you have to trade in and out of fiat currency, or is there like barter where you can change, you can exchange?
I think you can. I've heard some people say that you can transfer your collectibles to other people.
Right.
I think that can happen on the app.
But that can happen on the app.
It can? Okay. All right. See, this is where I need your help, because I've got this grand scheme, but I don't know how to actually do it. See, my plan is that however we get there, like,
Okay.
I'm good with. So, like,
If it means fraud, then
fine. But we're not forming a cartel here. Like, I'm not going to risk getting kicked off the app. So I wouldn't do anything that's against the terms and conditions.
I wouldn't rule anything out yet. It's very early days. And if you really want to get there, you can edit this film. The way this is my understanding of the concept, and I'm applying the paperclip to the house type concept. Is it as long as we can find other people who value what we're holding more than what we think it's currently worth, then we can trade our item for that item, and then we just keep finding the next person and engaging in that exchange, such that we end up with something that has more subjective value from the perspective of the market, that eventually we get to buy Pony.
And it might take 200 or 300 trades to get there.
Because
So
maybe we can just write to VeVe and be like, hey, I'm really sick. I'd like a super rare, thanks.
I'm sure people are trying that too, Neo.
And this is why I think this is going to work really well. We've got Neo is the collectible fiend. He's been doing this since his teenage days.
Not well.
Matt is the businessman, and he's interested in the crypto. He's interested in the crypto.
I'm just the one that's responsible for all of this. I think that's probably a better title.
Matt is the architect.
This is all my fault.
Oh, we have Neo and we have the architect. Great.
Am I like the architect in the Matrix?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
And then and Joe, we have the sly dog, the lateral thinker.
No, we've been going with the Matrix.
Possibly. Oh yeah, true.
Neo is in the Matrix.
Joe can be sci-fi.
I'd happily be the Oracle.
Joe's the Oracle.
Who am I?
That's just the character I'd like to be.
James, who are you going to be?
James, you're
that baby that like they plugged into, that scene where they're just sucking.
I don't have a human battery.
Pick one of those 1,000.
Human battery.
Yeah.
One of the dispensable ones.
That was pretty good. That was so good.
So if we get a Donny, this is the aim. The aim is a Donny. We are getting a freaking Donny, and I don't care what any of you say. So not if, when we get to a Donny, the deal is we split it 4 ways. Simple as that. Nice and clean. Sure, it was my idea. Sure, like if we think about it, it probably should be inflated in my favor.
Does this story get really dark with like one of us losing our house,
This is going to end with one of us killing the other with an oar in a boat.
Yeah. Is the point, Pato, that you create a podcast? Because the community will hate us for this. We'll be ostracized.
No, they'll love it. What's not to love?
They'll hate us. They'll hate us, but we'll be able to sell ads on our podcast and buy more.
Nice thinking.
I'm okay with being hated. Let's keep it going on WhatsApp and record the next episode.
I want ideas, people. I want ideas. Okay.
All right.
It was great.
See you guys.